Hey all, I'm Robin. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming my Smutathon TBR. Okay, so this round of Smutathon runs from the 25th of October through the 31st, and it is hosted, like always, by Lainey and Riley, who I will link down below. This round has a whole bingo board, which I will pop up on the screen here. I know that the majority of the books that I have fit these prompts, but I haven't quite lined them up yet because I have a huge amount of books that I want to get to for this readathon, and I don't quite know what I'm going to be able to fit in. So I am going to just list off all the books, and then as I read them, I'll figure out like what prompts they fit like during that week. I am just going to get right into the TBR because I have a lot of books on this list. Okay, so I don't own any of these books physically, so I will just pop the covers up on the screen. So the first book on this list is actually the group read, and that is A Lady of Brooksgrave Manor by Catherine Moon, and this is a monster reverse harem. That is all I know about it. It has been making its rounds all over the romance community. I originally heard about this from Katie Robert, who was absolutely raving about it. So I've kind of avoided any spoilers going into this one because I just kind of want to experience it. I believe it's pretty short. I've had it downloaded forever. This is on my, I think on my fall TBR. So I'm really excited to get to this one. The second book that I have is actually by the same author, and it's written by Catherine Moon. I believe this is another reverse harem story, but the main character is a witch. And she starts working at a library, and I think she's like a librarian in training. And while she's there, she meets these three other librarians, and they bring her in to their coven. I believe it's reverse harem. I know reverse harem is one of the prompts, which I think a lot of these actually fit. I've just been really into witch romances recently, and so I'm excited to just keep picking them up. So that's the second book on the TBR. And then the third book on the TBR is Headless by Aveda Weiss. And all I know about this is it is a poly Headless Horseman retelling, and I'm pretty sure it takes place on Halloween. That's pretty much all I know about it. That's all I want to know about it. I'm pretty sure this is really short. Goodreads is saying it's like 15 pages, so I don't want to look into it beyond Headless Horseman. It does not have the best ratings, but I feel like if there's any time to read a smutty Headless Horseman retelling, it's during Smutathon. The next book on this is another super short novella, and that is Liquor Treat by Helena Hunting. This I heard about from Bree from In Love and Words, who I will also link down below. All of the romance booktubers are linked down below apparently. This is part of the Pucked series, and it is a tiny little Halloween novella. This is available for free on the author's website. If you just go to her website, you can find this. So I was able to download this from there. I have not read the Puck series, so I hope I'm not like spoiled. I mean, I know all the couples because I'm gonna read this. This also takes place during Halloween. It's super short. It was free, so that is the next book on the TBR. The next couple of books I added because I just feel I'm having FOMO, not having read these books. The first one is Guild by Raven Kennedy. This is a King Midas retelling. I believe it is a trilogy. It's 3 or 4 books. I can't remember. They are pretty short. They're like 300 pages long. I know this is kind of like a hit or miss story. People seem to either really love it or just like not understand the hype. So I did download the first book off of KU. So that is on this. And then the other one is A Lesson in Thorns by Simone St. James. This book was huge during a previous Smutathon round. It might have been their group book a year or two ago. I can't remember. But I didn't end up picking it up because everybody was hating the second book. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to love the first book and hear all of this negative stuff about book 2. I'm gonna give it a read. I think the entire series is complete now, maybe. So if I really like this, I can just kind of binge them all, and maybe book 2 won't be as like, I don't know, it won't hit as hard because I can like continue on. So this is definitely on the TBR. I've heard this is super dark, super sexy. I'm ready for it. And then the last one that is kind of my FOMO pick, and that is Unhinged by Onley James. Everybody is reading and raving about this book, and I need to be in on it. I feel like I am missing out not having read this series or this book. This is about a group of men who were all adopted by, I think it was like a doctor or something like that. And they were all showing signs of being sociopaths. So they weren't showing like emotions and things like that. And so they were all adopted by this guy, and he kind of worked with them and made them killers, but they target bad people. And so this one follows one of the sons who is a serial killer, but he kills bad people. And it is a romance between him and the son of one of the men that he killed. So this, I know there's like an enemies prompt on here. This fits under for dark romance. This fits a lot of things for the Smutathon prompts, and it's pretty short. It's like just over 200 pages. Since this is a week-long one, I didn't necessarily pick all novellas. Usually for Smutathon, it's only like 3 days, and so I only pick books like 150 pages or less. But since we have a full week, I decided to throw some bigger books in here. So I believe the majority, if not all of this series, is out as well. So if I really like it, I can just keep downloading books from the series. The next book is actually a carryover from the Paranormal Romance Readathon, and that is Queen Takes Knights by Jolie Sue Burkhart. And this was originally on my PNR TBR, but I decided that I really wanted to continue on with a different series, and I didn't want to start a new series until I finished that one. I am really excited to read this one. This is a vampire reverse harem, if you're sensing a theme. I know nothing about this other than that it is supposed to be really bloody and really dark. That, like I said, this fits the like vampire prompt, this fits for dark romance. All of these kind of fit a ton of different prompts. I believe this is a trilogy as well. They're all on KU. Let's take a little break for a cat. Hello. So if I need more books, which I don't think I will because there are a ton of books on this TBR, I can always binge the series. The other books, I guess, that are carryovers from the PNR Readathon are Two Kingdoms and One Apocalypse by Christy Cunning. These are books 3 and 4 in the Dark Side series. I read book 1 and started book 2 for the PNR Readathon, and I'm kind of obsessed. I'm really addicted. I don't know if by the time that this readathon rolls around, if I will have read one or both of these. If I haven't, they are officially on the TBR. I'm not going to talk about the plots of these ones because they are super spoilery for the first books. Book 1 is a reverse harem between a ghost and these 4 guys who are some sort of paranormal creature. And the ghost can see the guys, and then during a break-in, she is able to touch them, and suddenly the guys can also see her. And there's kind of like this mystery plot because nobody knows who they are, and it's fantastic. The banter is great. The like chemistry between the characters is great. The paranormal aspects are great. And so I really want to finish out this series if I haven't by the time that Smutathon rolls around. And then the final book on this list is another carryover from a previous round of Smutathon, and that is the last book in the, I think it's like the Born Darkly duet, and that is Born Madly by Trisha Wolfe. I read book 1, I think last year for a round of Smutathon, and I just never carried on with the series, and I don't know why, because book 1 blew my mind. But this is a really dark romance duet following a serial killer and his clinical psychologist. It's super forbidden, super dark. The first book got really intense at the end, and I am so excited to see where this goes from here and how this wraps up because it is very intense. Okay, so that is all of the books on my TBR for Smutathon. No guarantee that these are the books that I will read or the only books that I will read. This is like the one time during like these types of readathons that I kind of like mood read, I guess. Usually I'm a TBR reader like through and through. I can kind of get swayed by the KU library. So sometimes when I'm just like browsing KU during these readathons, I will just randomly download things. Or as other people are putting out their TBRs, there are often books that I like had never heard of that I'll just add on to my TBR. These are the books that I'm currently considering. These are the ones that are sitting on my Kindle waiting to be read. It might change as the week gets closer. So if you are participating in the readathon, let me know. Link your TBR or anything like that down below so that I can watch it. I am also planning to vlog the week of Smutathon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.